Good morning, sir. So what we are going to do today is that I will insert an IV cannula on your vein so that we can have an easy access on your vein so that every time we will going to administer a medication, we don't need to insert it again and again, okay? So, sir, can I ask, um, what is your name? Okay, Sir Miguel, so I just wanted to ask, do you happen to have any swelling on your right hand or on your left hand? Okay, that's perfect. So, do you happen to have any pain? Okay, that's perfect. So, I will go back to you, Sir Miguel, once I have done on getting all my equipment here, okay? Peripheral IV cannulation, we need to gather first our equipment. So the most important thing that we need to have is the cannulas. These cannulas have different sizes according to their color. For this one, we have green and pink color. For the green one, this indicates that the gauge is an 18 gauge, which is the bigger one. But for the pink one, this is indicates that the gauge is 20, which is the standard gauge that most hospital are using. We also have the yellow one, which is the blue one, which is indicates that the gauge is 24. So what I gonna do or what I will gonna use is that the 20 gauge, so that we can have it as a standard gauge that most of the nurses are using. Also, before inserting a cannula, you need first to prepare a 10 cc syringe with the saline solution for flushing later on. And then the micropore, the cotton balls, the tourniquet that will press the vein so that we can have a visible access to it. And then the swab that will cleanse the insertion site and also the extension tubing. Later on, we will going to use that all. So let's start with the preparation or inserting IV cannulation. Is that you need to prepare first your 10 cc syringe with a saline. So let's make it here. Cleansing the insertion site, I will use an alcohol swab. For you to properly cleanse it, you need to do it on a circular motion from inner to outer. Don't go back on the location once you have done cleansing it that one, since it was already sanitized and we are avoiding to cross-contaminate it again, okay? Then after that, you can discard. Once you have discarded that one, let it dry and then you can tourniquet it again so that you can have it as a visible axis, and then we can prepare now our cannula. For this one, we can remove the cap since we will just going to use it later on once we have inserted the cannula here. Then remove the cap. You can insert it, the cannula, within 30 to 45 degree. So make sure that this cannula is on a bevel up, since this is the most important part because that will help you to easily access or easily penetrate the skin. So let's have it here. You can tout or you can press the skin to avoid rolling vein from this one. So let's go on here. You can know that you are on a good site once a backflow is coming through on the cannula. So if that is the case, you can advance or you can bring back the plastic cannula already. Do not advance the needle, just the plastic cannula. Then if that's the case, you can press here and then tout it here. There you go. There's a blood coming out, and then you can remove the needle and then press it here. Then for the flushing, you can use or you can have now your 10cc syringe. Then next, we can remove the tourniquet. Then we can have our extension already connected to the vein. Then connect the 10cc syringe here for flushing. You can know that you are on a good vein once you have inserted it, and then blood will come through on the syringe. Then go on and flush the syringe. Flush it. Then you can discard. Post. Then the next thing to do is to tape or to secure the cannula. So what you're gonna do is that you can cut micropores and then place it underneath the wing of the cannula, and you can do it on a cross method, something like that. Make sure that you don't compromise the insertion of the cannula. Then the next thing is that we can have, or we can tape the upper part of the insertion site for it to be secured. Make sure that you still have an access to the port or to the outer side of the cannula to know if your vein is still in good, and to know if the IV solution or IV fluid is still coming through on the vein. So as for the one that we have inserted, the cannula, you can make or you can have a J-loop to avoid compromising the tubing. Then you can go ahead and connect your IV tubing or IV tube on the extension tubing. Make sure that you don't contaminate the parts here. And then